Alright, so this is startup guide video 8 now. What I was talking about in the other one was intentionally farming. Ooh, I think that's a rare. Hold on. No, it's not a rare. Anyway, I was talking about intentionally farming Botanicas herbs. And how the Mountain Silver Sage will help you reach your intentional market by putting that up on the auction house. Now, one of the things that I would like to say along those similar lines, or actually I had nothing to say along those similar lines. Sorry, I get sidetracked like that from time to time. Please excuse me. One thing that I would like to add here, well, one thing I'd like to add that I didn't add in any of my other LBRS videos is see this Omok's head? When you loot that from High Lord Omok, just destroy that thing. Nobody wants that. It's for an optional ogre boss, which is later on in the instance that I just skip anyway. So just toss that, toss that aside. Don't even bother with it. Nobody likes it. And yeah. Besides that, what was I going to say? I forget. As you can tell, I occasionally just make awkward noises. Well, I occasionally make noises to prevent awkward silence, because when I run out of things to say, it just turns into me sitting here and you just hear a bunch of like button hits and clicks and stuff like that. So I'll just like beatbox or something like that to prevent awkward silence. But I really didn't have anything else to say in mind, so I have to think and recall. Well, I'll just start talking about rune cloth. I already covered this in the rune cloth video, but say you have a lot of rune cloth, it's not really selling that well, and somebody just is leveling and chanting, maybe even 2 people, and they just start ripping the illusion dust and greater eternal essence market, just a new, insert funny pun here. They start they just buy everything, and you have a lot of rune cloth. What you can do is make get a tailor, or even you on a tailor alt. What you can do is sorry, I had a burp. What you can do on a tailor alt is make it into rune cloth headbands and then disenchant them. Now, in my guide, I say that having a disenchanter isn't a requirement, and it actually isn't. It's highly recommended. I cannot recommend it enough that you have a character that can disenchant. Because it's just, you're going to need to be disenchanting so much. So much. You can find somebody to disenchant stuff for you, but then chances are you're going to have to tip and you're going to have to hope he's a trustworthy person in the first place, and then you're also going to have to look for him. So it's just one of those major inconveniences. I mean, hey, if you're an extremely sociable guy, you're extremely extroverted and you have like a bunch of friends and stuff like that, and you don't mind bothering them and they don't mind being bothered, then it doesn't really matter, You can just send them a tell and be like, hey jerk, get your butt to Orgrimmar and disenchant my stuff. And they'll be like, okay. And then they'll, come to Orgrimmar immediately and disenchant your stuff. If you can do that, 20 times a day without them, getting pissed off, then more power to you. But I'm kind of an introverted person. I like doing stuff myself. I like being extremely self-sufficient. So the more stuff I can do myself without having to rely on other people, the happier I am. Which, disenchanting my own stuff is a big part of that. That's why my character is I have enchanting and jewel crafting, so I can disenchant and prospect. Jewel crafting isn't really a requirement. I did mention prospecting thorium ore before, but it's not going to be like as major of a requirement as I would recommend enchanting to be. Now, you don't even, in order to farm LBRS to its maximum potential, you don't even need high enchanting. Like look at my rogues enchanting. It's only 245. It's pretty much just enough to disenchant the stuff I get here. Because I am eventually going to raise my rogues enchanting because my OCD is going to tell me that it needs to be maxed. But for the sake of this guide right now, I'm not raising it because I'm working on this guide. And I'm working on so much at once that I want to make this guide, I want to finish this guide before I start actually doing, other stuff. So, yeah, finishing this guide is my main priority right now, and then I'm going to, eventually, well, immediately after, start doing stuff that I've been wanting to do for the past month that I've just been non-stop working. So, also, I've recommended farming LBRS in my on my website. If you read that, I recommended farming LBRS as a rogue, and even UBRS as a rogue, because you'll be able to open locked chests. Or what you can do is have a blacksmith make you skeleton keys, and they will open the locked chests as well. You know, or if you are a blacksmith, you can make them yourself. Or something like that. Excuse me. One thing I'd like to say is this is pretty much my favorite part of LBRS right here. This Hordemar City area with all these orcs, because you can just pull all of them, and it's just so much fun. I love AoEing all this stuff down. Now up here a little bit further is the main area where you will want to line of sight them, and also a chest spawns around here, which I didn't see a chest either there or there, so it must be on the other side of this wall right there. Yep, there it is. Also, the pyromancers over here drop a epic pattern, Robe of the Archmage, which I got 2 of them in my hourly estimates for, or not hourly, but average estimates of LBRS runs, which it's actually a common drop. I do get it every once in a while, and I can sell it on the auction house for 55 gold each and every time I do get it. Now, this is, you know, it's not that much, but it is an extra bonus, and it's a nice little, you know, it's a nice little oomph while farming. And plus, you know, it's one of the items, like I've mentioned time and time again, where it's another market that you previously didn't have, you know, you didn't partake in at all, and now you can. You can sell that to somebody who probably wouldn't have bought anything else that you had up on the auction house, which is always important to do. You know, if you can, in any way, even if you think of a way that's not my guide, that you can expand your market and it's effective, then, you know, more power to you. Go ahead and do that. Now, one like there's a few different items that you can focus on. There's a few different items that you can sell. Like occasionally I mess with mithril, but I kind of recommend against messing with mithril. It's a really weird market and it's just so unrewarding. But I don't mind. Like I'll buy a bunch of mithril on the auction house. Like I'll buy a bunch of mithril ore for 20 gold each, and then I'll have to wait like 3 or 4 weeks in order to sell it as in stacks of bars for 47 gold each. That's why it's really not in my guide, because it's such a minimal profit in such a like elongated time. So it's just not. It's not really worth it to me. Like I just do it to do it. I probably like break even with how much I have to spend in deposit cost, putting it up, and then, you know, it expiring, putting up, it expiring, putting it up, it expiring. You know, having to deal with that for 3 or 4 weeks. But I do it anyway because I just like being able to see large amounts of numbers as total items that are on the auction house. Like I generally try to always keep above 500 items on the auction house. It's just like an OCD like weird thing that I do. Now, one thing is that I've mentioned in the other videos, the LBRS videos, is you want to skip these spiders, you know, if at all possible. Just completely avoid them, you know, run by them. As a rogue, I stealth by them because they drop crap. They do drop some things. If you do happen to kill them and you do happen to loot them, not disenchant, but rather destroy the immaculate venom sacks that you get, or immaculate mother's milk. I can't even remember what they're called exactly, but they don't sell for anything, and they also expire when you log out, and they don't really do anything besides like Mother Smolderweb does this little unique ability that you'll kill her so fast you won't even see, but it's pretty much for dispelling that. But due to the fact that you won't see it and you'll kill her before you see it, it's pretty much just you don't even bother looting them if you have the option. As you can see, after I killed Mother Smolderweb and I AoE'd those small spiders down, I didn't even bother looting any of that. I just, God, I hate summoners. Die. But I didn't even bother looting any of them because they drop a crappy vendor trash that sells for practically nothing at all. And when they do drop a green, it disenchants into dream dust, which sells for just crap. So it's something that I just prefer to avoid if at all necessary, or if at all possible. Now, another thing that I'd like to say is in the totals that I come up with for every single instance, I don't factor in vendor trash. You may have read that on my website, and if you've watched my LBRS videos or any of my instance videos, I mentioned in a few of them that I don't factor in vendor trash. It's not because I don't vendor it, and it's not because it's not worth a lot. It's just because I am too lazy. I'm just an extremely lazy person, and I'd rather my totals be lower than sit there with a calculator for 3 hours and just be typing in, this, I'd have to do 1 gold, 87 silver, 47 silver, and then 42 silver, 49 silver. I just have to go through that just monotonous grind of doing that after every single run. It would just be, it's a lot more work than, I actually would expect and what I would want to do. I'd rather just my totals be lower. Hey, you'll make more money than I even said you were going to make, and you can't really argue with that in the first place. So, your totals will always be 20 to 40 gold higher than mine due to the fact that I don't count my vendor trash. So, that's something to keep in mind, and that's something to, that's good. It's not negative, it's not bad in any way. It's definitely something it's a big plus. Now, I'm about to kill this boss, which it's my favorite if you have skinning, which I also recommend for running this instance. If you have skinning, then this boss is going to make you a lot of money. Well, this boss in the little surrounding area, because a lot of them skin into rugged leather, which you can sell in the auction house for quite a bit. So that's pretty much all there is to this little area. Also, Gizrel the Slavener comes running out behind me. Probably standing there right now, big white warg. Yep, there he is. So you want to make sure you skin these if you have skinning. As you can see, I'm just piling on the rugged leather. Rugged leather sells for, I'm trying to think of how much it sells for. I think it's like 5 gold a piece. So that doesn't sound right though. Well, I can sell a stack of 20 for 100 gold. As I said, I'm horrible at math. I had to use a calculator, and yes, I double-checked, triple-checked, and quadruple-checked, and I even had friends check the totals on my website, so I know they're right. And some of them I actually even lowballed, like I've mentioned time and time again. I lowballed the total so I would make less than you will make because I just want it to be that way. I want you to make more than I say that you're going to make. But besides that, I know those are right, blah, 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 blah. Let's see, we're at 12 minutes and 30 seconds. I usually skip these rooms here. Oh, there's a chest, I'm not going to skip that. Because these summoners are extremely annoying. You can't pull all these and AoE them down because of these summoners. They port you back to them, and it's just the most ungodly annoying thing you'll ever deal with. Besides the knockbacks and knockdowns that in some of these instances you have to deal with. That's really annoying too. But summoners are caca. They're annoying, and after this I'm going to actually have to stop this video and transition into the second one. Got to cross my fingers that Audacity doesn't crash on me, because that would really dampen my day. But okay, I'm going to transition into the next video, so yeah.